Hey guys, welcome to the ST2K show. This is Ronmower, and this time I am joined by some of the cast of Strictly Sega, Charlie and Nick and Ken, I think.
G'day Ronnie, hello YouTube subscribers of Ronnie. Come and check out channel Strictly Sega.
Cheap plug. And who else is there with you?
Kind of a cheap plug. I mean, really, do they come in a classy form?
Not really. Shameless plugs rule. Okay, and on this show, we're going to talk about the YouTube beta design. It's actually going to be official. It's going to be the new design July 15th. And a lot of people are not happy with that because they are forcing everybody to change to this new design on July 15th. And the new accounts that are being created right now automatically have the new design. And me and a lot of people are not happy with this. I'm not sure how you guys feel about it, but we'll talk about that in a moment. But I just want to say that I'm pretty ticked off about it. I love the original YouTube design. If people like the other design, that's fine. But my complaint about all this is we should not be forced to switch to the new design. YouTube should give us an option to keep the old design or to use the new one. What do you guys got to say about all this?
I pretty much agree, actually.
I totally agree with what you're saying. I think, if people are familiar with the old format and everything and they like it the way it is, then they should be able to, choose for themselves and select whatever they want as their own default layout and look.
Well, I kind of have a different opinion on it. And I think I started thinking about it from the point of a devil's advocate, but I can actually see the point that sometimes you need to give people a kick to move on with things, and it's the only way you really move forward. And I know everyone's used to it, but in time, everyone will be used to the new one as well. And they obviously think it's a progression. They obviously thought there was a need for the new format. And, yeah, this is how things move forward.
It's only cosmetic, man. It doesn't actually, change the experience for the user. It's like with Winamp, you can use skins that are developed now, or you can use skins that look like the very first Winamp. It's just an external cosmetic choice.
But we don't know if it's saving memory, loading times, all that sort of stuff on YouTube's end.
Yeah. But I don't necessarily think that that's really the problem here. I think the problem is people are worried that with this change comes also change in regulation to YouTube itself and the way YouTube operates and, closer ties to corporate industry and all those sorts of things. And, a lot of small channels are worried that their channels are going to be eradicated and won't be seen under the new changes. So I think the changes cosmetically really don't have anything to do with what's really going on YouTube at the moment.
Yeah, I can understand about moving forward and change when it's necessary and all that stuff. But to me personally, and a lot of people feel the same way, if you've seen some of the comments or people posting videos about it, there's a group that I joined that is against it, a YouTube group. I just really, everybody's comfortable with not everybody, but a lot of people are comfortable with the regular design. And I just think they should just give us a choice to keep that, And I understand, just like the Nintendo Wii, when that name was first announced, people, including me, was like, what is Nintendo thinking? They're going to call it the Wii? That's stupid. But today, it kind of grew on us. It kind of grew on everybody. The name don't really bother people no more. Everybody got used to it. And I know we're going to get used to the new YouTube beta designs, or there won't be beta anymore. There'll be the new designs. So I know we'll get used to that, but I still really think it's kind of lame that they won't give us the choice to keep the old designs. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel about it.
I think
that's how I feel too. Yeah.
That's indicative of how YouTube's changing. I mean, as I said before, this change you're talking about is only a cosmetic one. Whereas the change that's really going on with YouTube as well is their policy. And, unfortunately, what a lot of YouTube users are realizing is that their rights are diminishing slowly but surely. So if you say something that openly criticizes a certain private sector or a company or something like that, and the company decides that, you know, it's a breach of their policy, they can get YouTube to cancel your video. They can you know, easily delete your account or your videos if they don't think that that point of view should be made public. And I think that's the real issue here, Ron. Like, I understand what you're saying. If, you know, you want to keep the design and the features of it the same and don't change the look, and all the power to you. I think, like, you should have the choice. As a Winamp user has choices of their skins and how their player looks. But I think what you guys should really be looking at is not only the cosmetic changes to YouTube, but also what's about to come. And what is coming is this corporatization of it.
These changes are indicative of much larger changes that are going on with YouTube, and I think in making all these people with new accounts have this new look to the page and everything, I can almost guarantee they're signing up to a newer, updated set of terms and conditions that we weren't signing up to when we were initially signing up to YouTube.
Which eventually we'll end up having to sign for anyway.
Well, I can see in the changeover of the accounts and the way that it looks, they'll probably require you to agree to a new set of terms and conditions when you do it.
But I think also there would have to be a clause in the terms and conditions saying that if they decided at any time to change those conditions, they wouldn't have to tell the user. So they can enforce upon you the change of the browser. They can enforce, you know, the change of the look and everything without consulting anyone, because it's their democratic right. It's their right to change whatever they want, it being their site. And
they can make it so it's only available if you use the Google browser, you know?
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. Look at YouTube. YouTube isn't about the user. YouTube isn't about the people uploading videos. YouTube is about YouTube as a company being Google, basically.
Of course it is.
And
though.
the profits, and the profits made through advertising and the exposure that advertising gets through the users of YouTube.
Yeah, but
that's all it's really about.
Yeah, and let's face it, like, I know a lot of the time that we feel some sort of ownership over YouTube and stuff like that, but in the end, that is us being loyal to a company because of the service that it provides to us. And they are a company, and that's the situation in black and white.
That's right.
You know, we choose to be a part of this service. We enjoy the service that they provide us, and it's free. And yet, we sort of, a lot of the time, feel like we've got this say in what goes on.
Well,
with what they do.
We do from the point of view that
we are creating the service that opens
exactly.
sound material.
If it wasn't for us, they wouldn't be earning any money through advertising dollars, and
I think initially, yeah,
that arm of Google wouldn't be going anywhere. But at the same time, it's the advertising working the system. You know, so
well, it is now.
In order to, you know, there are a lot of people now that are making a living from YouTube and making a really decent one at that, more than comfortable.
And therefore,
really,
they don't need us. They don't need to worry about what we're thinking about.
No.
Because basically, although we were the ones watching and creating videos for YouTube that actually made YouTube as popular as it is, let's face it, they could pretty much get rid of all the non-professional people on YouTube and just have professional companies uploading content and still be just as popular.
Exactly. It would run almost like a television network.
Because
so they pick the cream of the crop off YouTube that's already, you know, partnership. It's already sold its soul, so to speak. And run it like a network. And these people still get paid. They'd actually get paid better than they do now. The chunk, the piece of the pie would be greater for them.
It was never going to be sustainable, just people uploading content and the sort of deals that they had out there. Because initially, the first few partners of YouTube were making way too much money for what they were doing.
Exactly.
Way too much.
Do you really believe everything that the Real Weekly News video was saying?
I'm not 100% familiar with the video, so it's hard for me to say.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, do you have an idea of what video I'm talking about?
No.
No.
It's a channel called The Real Weekly News. It was a video talking, I forgot exactly what it was called. It was talking about the upcoming changes, how YouTube is going to be, the U is going to be taken out of YouTube, and it's going to be called HuluTube, so to speak. And
Oh, yeah, we have
seen that. Yeah.
yeah, what do you think about that video? Do you believe everything that guy said is true or what?
No, I don't believe all of it, but I believe that... I think what that was a satirical look at what's going on and a theoretical look at the future. It's just one hypothesis, right?
Exactly.
But I think it was talking more about the overall direction in which YouTube was actually heading. And I don't think that's far off at all.
No. I think they've spoken about this now. They've spoken about the fact that basically the corporate bodies will take over the internet. They want to localize the internet. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to make it a hell of a lot more difficult for small websites to keep functioning because, the price of the privilege of faster bandwidth. And